All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John, and we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to talk about the Tour de France 2025. I didn't really want to do daily updates on it. Might have to turn in my man card. But in my mind, and I watch a lot of sports, I watch way too many effing sports. It is the greatest athletic event that happens every year. Maybe the World Cup every 4 years. Maybe the Olympics are a little greater. Sure, I get it. But on a yearly basis, I think the Tour de France is in a class all by itself. And these guys are, I mean, obviously, any professional athlete is an alpha. These guys are alpha on PEDs. And for a long time, we had EPOs and PEDs in the ecosystem. Hopefully, they're a little more eradicated. I know that there's still people out there trying to cheat. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to say there isn't. But we are in the midst of seeing an incredibly great rivalry here. I think we are seeing the greatest rivalry I've seen, and that is between Teddy Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard. And they have won, I believe, the last six tours, four for Teddy Pogacar and two for Vingegaard. And Vingegaard is just an exceptional guy. I mean, these guys, they are. I'm going to give you an example. One of the climbs, they do a lot of flat, they do a lot of time trials, and they have some hills. They have. I believe this year there was 25 stages. The winner was clocked in at 83 hours, I believe is what it was, or 81 hours, excuse me. And the hills are really where the tour is defined when you start getting into the Alps, the Pyrenees, the things like that. And they had a climb that was 12%, and Pagacha went 19 miles an hour up that climb for the entire climb. I mean, I'm telling you, this climb was so formidable, you'd have a hard time walking up it. I am not joking here. And this guy, he's just going. Boy, you better have an extra gear in that car to get up that hill. And Teddy Bagacha always has an extra gear. I was going to bet him this year, but I thought, man, minus 180 at the beginning. I was like, I don't know. I was actually looking at Vinegar, and I'm glad I didn't. Teddy Bagacha was just the class of the class. In stage 19, he went from 22 seconds up to over a minute, and that's basically where he took the tour from Vingegaard. And I will say that one of the most spectacular things they do is the final ride as they come in. It's basically an easy ride. They come in the peloton. Everybody's pretty much had their position ensconced, firmed, and they just ride in as a group and to the crowds of the Parisians. And I will say that as a kid, we didn't get sports like you do now. You get whatever you want as much as you want. Give me a second, give me a third helping. Hey, man, let's go. I remember back in the day, one of my heroes in sports was Greg LeMond. The guy was just a monster, just effing a monster. And he was in second. I'm going to be a little off on the details. I'm just winging it from memory. And I believe he was over a minute, minute and a half back from Laurence Fignon, uh, French. And he had a long ponytail, and he was very charismatic. He was very Parisian, very fashion coordinated, whatever. And typically what happens is on the last one, we're not trying to move for position. It's just, hey, you should have got that done before now. We're just going to all ride in. And Greg LeMond was like, no, we're not. It was a 60 mile, something like that. And he got with it. He got on it, and he put a helmet on. Back then, they didn't actually not everybody wore helmets. Yeah, go figure that. Those guys didn't wear helmets. They're going down these hills. We talk about them going up a hill at 19 miles an hour. These guys are going down hills at 45, 50 miles an hour, and they are pedaling down a hill. They are not messing around. Every second matters, right? So Greg LeMond got on it. Lawrence Vigneault uh, didn't use the helmet. He just, he rode. He rode hard. Don't get me wrong, but Greg picked up the time, and I believe he lost by 7 seconds. Vigneault did. Greg got his second or third. He ended up with 3 Tour de France's, and to me, it was the epitome of sports. Never give up. Keep going. Nothing is given, nothing is taken. I am going to lay it down. And Greg LeMond was amazing. And then, of course, we got the Lance Armstrong, and we bought into the hero worship that was Lance. Lance did a lot of good things, especially for cancer and kids with cancer. Live strong. It was an incredibly beneficial thing for the cancer community, for research, things like that. But Lance was just an immoral asshole. I mean, he literally, when people questioned him, he literally went after them with lawsuits and depositions because, hey, I got more money than you, F you. And then it all came tumbling down. He said he never did EPOs. He said he never did blood doping. He said he never did, you know, PEDs, and he did it all. He lied. He was out there talking about cancer. He was talking out both sides of his mouth. And for me, the two moments in sports that broke apart the facade of this hero idol worship bullshit that goes on were Tiger Woods and Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong said forever, I didn't dope. I didn't dope. I wouldn't do it. It would destroy everything I'm doing for the kids and for cancer. Well, there you go. You got to live with yourself. Then he went on Oprah, thought he could be cool. Yeah. Didn't quite work out. That's how it is. So, Teddy Pogacar is your winner of the Tour de France, and Jonas Vingegaard. The third place was Florian Lipowitz from Germany. This guy could be a comer. This guy could be a comer. I was very impressed by the way he rode in the saddle. He did some really good things, and I will tell you this: when you're talking about 100 hours of coverage, Phil Leggett is the commentator. He is just the Vin Scully of cycling. He is an honorable guy. He is an honest guy. And he puts such flair and panache into the race. It really does make it exciting. You would think for when these guys are riding for 4 hours in the saddle, it's going to be boring. And no, he's good. He is the best, no doubt. So congratulations, Teddy Pogacar, your 2025 Tour de France winner. Accolades and salutations, and kind of like the Kentucky Derby, cycling doesn't exist until we get back to the Tour next July. All right. If you could, though, hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.